Hey guys, it's me again, and I'm really excited to tell you my new method for 2019. I'm going to be doing the Ayurvedic method. So I've heard a lot about this method. Basically, a friend told me about it a year ago, didn't take it seriously, was trying to watch lots of YouTube videos and was like, oh, this is too long, I can't deal with it. And then when I was experiencing slow breakage and my hair wasn't growing as it should be, then I was thinking, sign, maybe I need to jump onto this. So got in touch with her. She gave me really good advice. She led me to the right places to get these products, and I'm very, very grateful. So let me just jump into it. I don't want to waste time. I need to give you a bit of background. So it originates from India. It's used by a lot of Indians for skin, hair growth. So I bet you're thinking, why are you using this on your hair? But hair is hair, it doesn't matter. And I've seen good results from this. Guys, research is very important. Make sure you do your research. Please, disclaimer, do your research. And you know, I've been just hearing good reviews. Also, I just want to thank Curly Proverbs. This woman is amazing. A lot of my research came from her. I watched a lot of her videos and even her methods as well. I'm definitely adopting them. I'm adopting those methods because Curly Proverbs, I'm telling you. So I've actually written notes because it's quite a lot. So I've written notes just to help me. So firstly, I'm going to start with Cassia Powder. So I will put some links below where I've got some of these products from. But yeah, I'm going to start with Cassia Powder. So Cassia Powder, I'm using Cassia Powder instead of henna because henna tends to dye your hair a little bit, like, you know, get a bit of a brown tint, and possibly can alter your curl pattern. So yeah, I some people have told me it's been fine, but for me, I don't want to use henna for now. So I'm using Cassia as an alternative. So Cassia, you can see it's a neutral henna, so it's a good alternative to henna. And what's good about Cassia Powder is that it strengthens hair, cleanses the scalp, fights dandruff, it doesn't stain, and that's the reason why I'm using it, and also makes hair glossy and thick. So this is going to be my main powder that I'll be using. So next powder is Brahmi Powder. So, Brahmi Powder, promotes hair growth, repairs hair follicles, and strengthens the scalp tissue. So as you can see, each of these powders have their different attributes and what they're good for and their benefits. Next powder is MSM Powder. So this is not an Ayurvedic powder, by the way, guys, but it definitely promotes hair growth. It's got it thickens the hair and makes hair longer apparently. So I'm going to be incorporating this as well. My main powder, Amla Powder. I've heard so much good things about this powder. Like, this is going to be one of my main powders alongside Cassia Powder. It's good for hair loss. It strengthens hair follicles, and it helps prevent premature graying. I've got 1 or 2 grey strands, but it's a blessing. But yeah, it apparently helps prevents that as well. Another powder, I hope I'm saying this properly, Bhringraj Powder. So Bhringraj Powder. Yeah, sorry if I'm not saying it properly. It's good for hair loss. It also helps premature graying and nourishes the hair. So again, you can see that they all have different attributes. Some are similar to each other, but each powder has something that's good about it. It has a benefit to it. And also, last powder that I'm going to talk about, it is, sorry guys, so much powders. The Aloe Vera Powder. So Aloe Vera Powder is not an Ayurvedic powder, but it's a powder that I am going to also add into my mixture. So what is aloe vera powder good for? Lots of things. It increases blood circulation, it adds moisture, adds shine, reduces dandruff, and conditions the hair. So you can see that there's so much benefits to aloe vera powder. And the reason why I'm adding aloe vera powder is because doing the Ayurvedic method can be quite drying, and because it's very strengthening to the hair, I need something that will add moisture, will condition, and will balance everything out, because my hair is already thick, it's already it's quite strong. So imagine I'm adding like powders that are strengthening my hair, so I need something to balance it out. So this is why I'm going to be adding this to my method. Guys, I didn't want to bore you guys too much, but I did need to tell you a bit about what each powder is about. So there are going to be different ways I'm going to be using these powders. First way is I'm going to start off with a gloss. So what is a hair gloss? So hair gloss can be any of your favorite deep conditioner, and then you can add one or two of these powders. So for example, I'm going to add Cassia and Amla. So I guess with every like scoop of gloss that you put, you can add 1 or 2 teaspoons of a powder. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of Cassia powder and a teaspoon of Amla powder. So say if I'm going to use 4 scoops, then I'm going to use 4 teaspoons, maybe 2 of each. So that's how I'm going to do my measurements. The reason why I'm starting with a gloss first is because you can't just, if you've never done this method before, you can't just jump straight into it and do a mask. So it's better to start with a gloss first. You need to ease your hair into this method. Don't just start because, boy, yeah, so I'm going to start with a gloss first before I start with a mask. The next method that I'm going to incorporate is tea rinses. So tea rinse, I'm going to use most probably green tea, and then again add a bit of one of these powders. So add maybe a teaspoon of the powder or 2 of the powders, mix it in, maybe add some aloe vera juice, I'll see, and then I'll let it set. So you can let it set maybe for a day, however long you want it to set for, you know, keep it in the fridge, let it set, and then take it out, you know, let it come back to room temperature. And then when I'm washing my hair, then what I will do is, before I deep condition, my last rinse will be using the tea rinse. So I'll rinse it with tea, then I'll put the conditioner on, and then, you know, let it do its thing for about an hour or even longer depending. So that's another method of how I'm going to incorporate the Ayurvedic method into my hair routine. And lastly, guys, last method will be the mask. So the mask is the strongest method, because you're mixing in all the powders, and this is the time where I'll be using all of these powders that I've just spoken to you about. So I'll be mixing it in with aloe vera juice, maybe a bit of oil, I'll see, and this will be this basically will be my last method. It is so strong, so I'm not going to start with it first. I need to ease my hair in, but that will be the last method that I'll be doing. And because it's very strengthening, then I would have to follow it up with a deep conditioner. So once I wash it out, then I'll have to do another step and follow it up with a deep conditioner, because it's very strengthening and you need to put the moisture back into your hair. Otherwise your hair could feel really hard and brittle. So very, very important to make sure you do a deep conditioning after you use after when you've done a mask. So yeah, that's going to be the last method. So guys, I'm going to switch it up. So never do a tea rinse, a gloss and a mask all at the same time. No, I'm going to be doing it like one by one. So 1 week I may do the gloss, 1 week I may just do the tea rinse, 1 week I may just do the clay mask. So I'll never do all 3 together. I have to mix it up, because imagine if you do all 3 together, your hair's going to be like like a rock. So yeah, please do not do all three together. Mix it up. Do 1 week this, 1 week that. Switch it up a bit. So that's how I'm going to do it. But yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see the results. I've never done it before, so I don't know how my hair's going to look like in 5 months, 4 months. I don't know if I'm going to do a video saying, guys, I really hate this method. It didn't do anything for my hair, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to try and I'm going to see. I have nothing to lose. So, well, my hair. But yeah, I'm going to try it.